Good day and welcome back to the Student StarCraft AI tournament. We have got a lot of new things to show you, among which is a new bot called Microwave. And as a Zerg player, it is not starting out with a 4 pool, so that's good, I think. And oh, that's a little bit fast because I need to show you what's going on. And we'll be taking a closer look at what is going on with this bot in particular. Other than that, we have got some very interesting updates, and some games have been suggested to me which I will cast. I do not know the precise result of that, so that will be interesting to see. And of course, I think we are going to have a lot of fun games. First, Scouting Drone is touring the base of the Protoss Chen, and Chen is, well, dropped the development of his bot a couple of, well, 1.5 years ago, about. And that's a pity because it had great potential, but then of course there are so many things in this world which need time. Then again, we've got 6 Zerglings and 3 Zealots. Oh, and I shouldn't select things because that always goes wrong. The Zealots are getting the better of these Zerglings because these Zerglings try to... It's more like running than hitting at this point, so they are losing a lot of hit points. Now it's 3 Zealots versus a depopulated natural. There is one sunken up, and this is not yet a sunken, so going to take a while. One Zealot bites the dust, but at the cost of a sunken and a lot of lings. Meanwhile, third base for Zerg is getting completed. Scouting Drone still touring the Protoss base, and Protoss still proceeding with a 3-gate Zealot push. The Zealots have been cleaned up for the moment, or did they retreat? They did retreat, and now it's a tug of war between Zerglings and Zealots. So it will be interesting to see how it's going to go. The workers is about, well, it's not really even, but it's 1 base versus 3 bases, and the number of workers for Microwave is still growing, so that's pretty good. These Zerglings, though, are no match for the Protoss Zealots, and the Zealots themselves, they, well, are not really optimal either. Died to the Sunken's very interesting placement, but oh, that's a better one. And now it's a 3 base versus a 1 base. Of course, the Protoss army is rather much larger than the Zerg army because we've only got 4 8 Zerglings, now only 5 Zerglings, a lot of Sunkens, and more. I think this is going to be a hatchery. Oh no, it's an Evo chamber. And another thing which looks like the size of an Evo chamber. Protoss, meanwhile, bringing on the pressure, and no expansion taken yet. That's 35 probes on 1 base. That's a nice saturation. But the Protoss army is about to invade the natural, and here we go. The Zerglings coming to help again, but this Sunken is getting very, very low. Should build a couple of more here, just to be safe. This base is now very nicely populated, but supply-wise, Chen, although on 1 base, is doubling the Zerg, and in the army department it's even worse. It's almost 10 times as much. Then again, more Zerglings can always be built. I do wonder, however, if Zerglings are the best choice against a Protoss army like this. They might be, but you need a little bit more than just a handful. And there goes the first Sunken. The Hydra evaporates with all the goon balls coming up. That didn't come out right. With all the goon, what do they do? Plasma balls or something like that. I need to get the balls out of this because I'm saying balls too often. So, Protoss still pushing on. Oh, and the Scouting Drone kicks it. That's a pity. This Sunken is dead, and that Sunken will be rebuilt soon-ish or not. Going to take a while, and I think these eggs, although they are buying some time, 1 Sunken cannot do much against this Protoss army. Hydra snuffs it, lings all over the place, dying, 2 Hydras on the high ground, but it's not really going to work. Then again, Microwave just popped onto the scene, only uploaded this bot a couple of days ago. And Chen has been around forever, and he has been pushing some updates 1.5 years ago, so he has been investing the time in it to make it great. So by the looks of it, that's the main base, and that's the last lava. Here comes the Protoss army, and oh dear, we've got 2 drones which are luring the enemy into its folds. Yep, there we go. Zealot train scouting the hidden expansion, or no more hidden no more expansion. Meanwhile, Protoss is still not taking the natural, and the main is getting very, very low indeed. So that's going to be a problem. But this one zealot is... There is one zealot here, and a lot of everything there. That might also be a problem for Gaon Chen, because... Oh, there was a drone that got killed too, because it ran into 20 goons and a handful of zealots. Meanwhile, Zerg going for the attack with the Zerglings into the main, and even trying to shut down the natural, which is always a good idea. But the rallies from Protoss, although this is just one mineral patch, it's got a bit of a bank, so I think the rallies will be okay versus these lings. And as Zerg is not really doing anything, perhaps this replay is bugged. I had a bugged replay last week between Purple Wave and I think it was Alien, and I suggested that the bots were to blame. My apologies for that. Apparently I was very wrong, and I'll never do it again. So perhaps this replay is bugged, or it's a new Zerg being a little bit suboptimal at this point. You never know. These goon rallies still coming out of the bank of... Oh, we've got a natural too. So this is... I'm going to speed it up just a tad. 16 times the speed. This Open BW project by TSimu and Im42 is capable of doing things up to 1024 times normal speed, and it is brilliant. That's 128, 32. It's very, very fast, and there are some Zergling attacks, but there are a lot of probes, and the probe numbers are still growing, so Protoss for the time being is okay, I think, especially as Zerg is not doing anything at all. Perhaps I should cut it short, but on the off chance that this replay is not bugged. Oh, look at that, all the probes have been killed by now. Protoss has a bit of a bank, but as it's infiltrating this base with even more and more goons, mainly, it is... Oh, that poor... what's it called? A Scantit or something. That poor Scorpion is stuck on this small island it would like to roam about. But the Zerglings are now in the natural, and although there were a couple of rallies, the Zerglings are sufficient in number to kill them. And I think that it's going to be the natural nexus soon. And all the rallies from Protoss, and as the Protoss army is still converging upon that X-main base, the lings now have free reign, and although Zerg is not building any lings... Oh, it's building lings. It's building lings and trying to recolonize this base, but the lings, I think, have done it. Oh, there was a third base there. So that's the GG. Microwave does it. And of course, I wouldn't be me if I didn't pick another game to make sure it's okay. Again, Microwave as the brown Zerg, as the white Zerg, it's a ZVZ. Oh, slow down, boy. It's a white Zerg. Oh, and I always miss that, but there was a clash of Zerglings. And UB Starcraft AI said there were some updates, but I think it's just going to 4-poo by the looks of it. Oh, that's just 1 times the speed. And now it is a sunken, or will be a couple of sunkens, with the much better eco of Microwave. I think Microwave might just take this, but there is another train of Zerglings coming, and that will be absorbed by these sunkens. Now, even with the sunken there, so I think... Oh, that's just making very sure that this 4-pool Zerg will not harm your interests. Doing some damage to the sunken colony, but drone levels are 4 to 10, still making drones. That's always a good choice. If you're ahead, get more ahead, but I think you could just, with a couple of anything, just overrun the enemy. And there we go. Oh, there we go. These 2 Zerglings have to make it back home. And oh, we're going to see a lair. That's good. So not only is this new Zerg Microwave not a 4-pooler, it also has got the capability to make a lair and follow any kind of tech path that is available. Let me see about its heritage. Why is that not working? I think Microwave is based on Steamhammer, which in turn is based on University of Alberta bot. Now we'll getting, it looks like UB Starcraft is saving up 6 Zerglings, sending them over 6 at a time. But with 2 hatcheries, I think, oh, that's going to be a spire or another hatchery. The production of Microwave is getting better and better, and now it's about 10 versus 6 Zerglings. And although UB Starcraft has got the home advantage, I think this is pretty much over. So Microwave doing pretty well. Building lots of Sunkens, that's always a good idea. Building some drones, and oh, this was another hatchery. So that's a lot of Zerglings in the main base of UB Starcraft. And that's the game. So without further ado, going into the game of another bot which has been updating and it was new last week, I think. So interesting to see how it's going to play now. It's called Lucas Moravec and it's going to play SSCAIT. It's one of the, oh, it's the only Chinese entrant at the moment. Bot is called Overkill and it's pretty pro, doing the mineral, the extractor trick to get one more supply out of one overlord, and that's the other overlord, so that's going to be okay. On the other end of the map we got Moravec doing what seems to be a 2-gate, but there are links out already, so this is as usual will all be coming down to micro. And I think that with 6 Zerglings you can't really stop 3 Zealots, and even with 8. So a bit of a Zergling versus Zealot thing going on, and this is going to be another hatch. So standoff for the time being. Protoss taking the gas, and this looks like a cyber core or a forge. And here comes the gas mining. What will it be? I think, yeah, it's a core. So, oh, I got chastised for that in the YouTube comments, that I was always battling around in the main base and explaining useless things while not keeping an eye on the action. So I will try to keep an eye on the action this time. And did already apologize to McRave and Alien for suggesting that their bots went catatonic. They did not. The replay was bugged. I'm very, very sorry. That is, I think, one of the main problems of not casting this live. I like to speed it up from time to time, because in situations like this it's not really interesting to see where's the impetus for an attack coming from. As you can see, both players are just moving back and forth every time they encounter the enemy. They say, well, let's not get into that. And both players not doing all that interesting things at the moment. So let me speed it up a notch. And of course, if you want to have a look at the Protoss base, I'll slow it down just a tad. Protoss going for another Stargate, I think. No expansion yet, and a Zerg, of course, cannot take an expansion. So SSCAIT going for lots of Zerglings. Now that's a bit of a trend, because in the first game I was talking about a lot of Zerglings, and in the second game the lot of Zerglings grew. SSCAIT Overkill is making a lot more Zerglings, and the army of Protoss is a little bit better, so I think you're going to need a lot more Zerglings than this to kill it. But for the time being, Protoss army on the run. No natural taken yet. Supply-wise, Protoss ahead a little bit. And this is a very interesting build with a lot of overlords and a lot of Zerglings. So Zerglings are in... oh, that's good, that's good. Look at the bloodbath. A lot of Zerglings dying. This goon could be cut off from the herd, and I think this Protoss army should just fight at the moment, because there are so many Zerglings. And if Zerg takes another base... oh, now taking gas. That's really, really late. Expanding is not all that hip at the moment. And the Zerglings are trying to surround a goon and then take a couple of nibbles at it, but not really doing much in the way of killing it. Protoss army, oh, is going after the Overlord, so always a good idea to keep your base secure from any enemy vision. That's the goon range, which will help a lot. The goon, I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to second guess myself and suggest the replay is bugged or the bots are bugged in some way. I'm just going to say it's interesting and leave it at that. But look at the Zergling numbers. We've got 27 army supply. That's almost 60 Zerglings going for a lair and some gas stacked, so perhaps we'll see Hydras or Lurkers or Mutas even. And that is the natural of Protoss, which will be main advantage. Oh, and Zerg promptly reacts. Didn't scout it as of yet, but reacts with a natural of its own. And the Zergling numbers are only 23 because these Zealots and Goons, oh, they're really doing a number on those Zerglings. The southern army of Zerglings gets killed, while the northern army is checking out all the bases. Oh, and that's going to be the natural. So that will be a bit of a problem, because this Protoss army is getting pretty big, and the Zerglings keep dying to these Zealots. Have we got upgrades? Oh, look. I think we've got upgrades. The +1 must be there. And these Goons, oh, look at that. That's just beauty. Taking a lot of hits now, but in principle they can out-micro any amount of Zerglings. These Zerglings now fighting rather more effectively. A couple of Sunkens might help, but look at the production capacity for Zerglings at this moment. These Goons, they are going to need the micro they have got. Look at that, almost no hits being taken. The Zealots now finally coming to grips with the Zealots, with the Zerglings, and it looks like they got the armor upgrade, all the weapons, all the shield upgrade, because they are doing so much against these Zerglings. And the suppressing fire of these Goons is going to help as well. Protoss base now up, and the thing that's interesting is that the worker count is relatively low. So this base isn't even fully saturated, and the natural is only having a workforce of 5 probes. But here goes the natural, and that drone is not going to live long, no. 2 Sunkens standing between total defeat and Lucas Moravec's win. Lucas Moravec quickly dispatches to... oh hello, that's a lot of buildings and not really enough units. Zerglings, I think, are very good units, but you need a lot of them and you need to use them effectively. If not, it's a bit of a going to be a bit of a mess. Protoss now mining more minerals, more gas, going for more gates, and probe saturation's pretty low, but with the enemy army in here. And I promised to myself that I'm going to let every game play out today, because you never know what's going to happen. Looks like a Protoss victory here. So GG Lucas Moravec, taking down the 3rd place player of CIG 2016. Congratulations. So to test it a little further, oh, let me not do it too quickly, I selected Lucas Moravec again to play, this time, IceLabs. And IceLabs is from 2013, Ritsumeikan University, Japan. It was a team effort, and that shows. It's very sophisticated, it can play grand strategy, and it can play harass. It drops, it uses high ground, low ground, still the only bot to do that. Oh, and the scouting probe, this never gets old. It never gets old, because these scouting units can run around bases forever, and these bots don't really manage to do anything about it. So, IceLabs, going for a very secure sort of wall off with a bunker and a depot and a barracks. And I think you are going to need a lot of... oh, well, perhaps with 5, can they rain? 2 or 3 at the time could attack here. And they are going to do their little dance, because every time they see the bunker they think, well, let's not do that, or let's head back, wait for a couple of more reinforcements. The unfortunate thing is that the reinforcements seem to be in the same attacking group, so every time these Zealots at the front head back, the Zealots in the rear head back as well, so they'll take a long time catching up. Now going with 6 Zealots for the kill, 1 more Marine, and the Zealots now going for the SCVs. I think that's a good strategy, because they've got a lot of hit points, and move out after their shields have been spent. Now with a Vulture, I think that the era of the Zealots for this game has been completed, because versus Vultures you can't really do much, and now we see the Protoss being driven back by the Marines, and now 2 Vultures. The Vultures can out-micro, well, not any number of Zealots, but a fair number of Zealots, and more Vultures are coming up. Natural being taken by IceLabs, and that's something that Lucas Moravec should be looking into to do earlier, is take an expansion of its own. A couple of Goons now reclaiming the balance and dealing damage to the Vultures. But for now, I think with the bunker and the Marines, and the handful of Vultures, with the 2 bases, IceLab is in a pretty good position, although this Protoss army looks to be... but the rallies are taking forever. The probe saturation is very, very low, only 12 probes, 3 on gas, and as you can see there is a lot of gas. Could take another base earlier, make a lot of probes and go for it. That said, we've only got 4 Goons, and IceLabs is... well, the worker count got a little bit wasted by these Zealot incursions. Then again, it's got 40 SCVs versus 12 probes, and you are probably going to think, well, how can that end? Only in one way. Going for the upgrades, going for 3 flashing factories, and and there we go. No, the goons get chased off. And look at that, IceLabs is taking position with this tank. As soon as siege mode is ready, it can range all this area here, and these goons will have a hard time attacking it, taking down a lot of vultures. Now the tank is starting to fire. SCVs come off the line, and the tank is doing a lot of splash damage to his own SCVs. Look at all these workers. We've got almost 50 workers for ice and 4 army supply. That's quite a discrepancy. The barracks is landing again to make a little bit more units. Oh, and now we've got 8 army, 2 tanks and a bunker. Another bunker, so ice playing it very safe. The SCVs now come home because try to repair these vultures in the field. But for the time being, as Lucas Moravec is still, it's on 15 probes now, that's pretty good. But still, compared to the almost 50 workers of IceLabs, IceLabs has now got more than triple the worker supply. Army supply is about even, but that will quickly change. And don't forget that these tanks have a lot more staying power than the goons and the zealots. So I think, that's the expansion. Perhaps it's just in time, because supply-wise he's only at about half, so that's not too bad. And the mines. The mines are going to play a huge role in this, because if these goons are starting to catch mines, they haven't got an observer. And a lot of tank fire. Terran is moving ahead in supply, total supply, doubling the Protoss army and army supply, which was even at 18 each, is now hugely in favor of the Terran, with a supremely commanding tank position. Vultures out now, a lot of vultures dying to the goons. But, here we go, the probe saturation is just very, very low. Might transfer a couple, might build more probes. Always a hard thing to do. Ice now taking another base, and you don't want to be basically one, because this saturation is only 1 probe. The 1 versus 3 base, that's not going to work. Now the tanks are moving out, and look at the grid of these mines. I keep smiling at it because it's so very beautiful. IceLab thought, well, or the coders of IceLab thought, well, how can we place mines effectively? Just make a nice grid. Ooh, and there we go. That's a lot of damage to these goons. The probe saturation is slowly climbing, but IceLab is still almost tripling the worker supply. Army supply almost is more than double. And here come the tanks. So with this Poultry Gateway army, you can't really stop a push like this. Look at it. And look at this perfect lane. Oh, this one is off. That one's off too. So I should write an email to Japan to fix that, because without a perfect grid of mines, what can you do? And there should be something here as well. I don't agree with that. So the tank army now rolls up the Protoss base, and it's a massacre. Lucas Moravec, which did pretty well versus Sijashu, going to 4, I think, to IceLab. IceLab now with 3 bases, saturation perfect, 72 drones, SCVs, lots of factories, lots of depots, tech, and I think this is going to be GG soon. So, no, I don't think IceLab will make a mistake, and going to call the GG. And I do think that this was the game which wasn't, the replay which wasn't bugged. And the replay that was bugged was between Alien and McRave, and not Purple Wave. It's a bit confusing because we got McRave, we got Purple Wave, and we got Berever, which are all pretty much alike in my views for some reason, the names. And of course the Protoss armies are growing in strength. Purple Wave is one of them, is very adept at killing every kind of unit, so let's see how it's going to do. We saw a couple of updates last week. Same goes for Alien. Alien going for the quick expansion, handful of Zerglings, and there we go. Protoss meanwhile has got 4 Zealots guarding this entrance very smartly. 5 now, so you're going to need a lot of Zerglings, and that's a bit of the, seems to be the theme of today, that a lot of Zerglings are needed for something. This lot of Zerglings is just taking up a containing stance, leaving the Protoss the natural, and the Zerg natural is okay. Building a lot of bases, sunken placement a little bit better than we saw at Microwave, which has these sunkens built at the back of the base. This is very well done because you can't really attack it. Oh, that's in a line, so... Oh, there we go. Zealots coming up now, and these Zerglings are fighting in tandem with the Sunkens. That's always a good idea. These Zealots are taking a lot of damage, as you can see, lots of shield damage, a lot of hit point damage. Zerglings are not really going to take much damage themselves, but just taking a couple of nibbles at these Zealots every time they are turning. And if the pressure gets too great, they head back to the line of Sunkens for defense. As you can see, supply-wise, Purple Wave is a little bit ahead, having taken the natural. Going to look at the drone saturation there later. But for the moment, doing pretty well with a almost 30 probes versus 25 drones, and that's okay. I think... oh no, there is no bot yet who can do this, take these islands, because you need to fly a drone over here, mine this, and or a worker over here, mine this, and then build a command center or nexus or something like that. Lots of overlords all over the map taking notes. And this poor zealot is being chased by a lot of lings, and again we've got a lot of lings and Protoss now with the natural up and running. Question is, what are these both of these players going to do in the mid game? Looks like Alien is going for a lot of lings, and I really wish the Zerg players would do any kind of other bot build, but oh, look at that, that's a lot of lings. That's a lot of lings, and I think you could outflank this Protoss army and take it by surprise or just by brute force. Meanwhile, they're being created and a couple of drones popping. This Zergling army is taking a lot of hits and not really fighting the Protoss gateway army at this moment. Purple Wave going for more gates and more... oh, that's a tech building. Perhaps a forge, perhaps a citadel. We'll see what's going to come out of that. Perhaps even a Robo Bay. And now the Zergling army is fighting and the Protoss army isn't. So that's really an interesting kind of do. The Zerglings now surrounding the Zealots, taking some kills, but the Goons are getting some hits in as well. And with the rallies from are there Protoss rallies? Well, there are some rallies, they're going to take a while. But for now it seems like the Zerg army will be victorious, especially, oh, this poor Goon being cornered in, well, in a corner really. And one Zergling dies, but finally it falls. These Zerglings are chasing this Goon back to base, and it's going to have to micro very, very hard to keep alive. Oh, one Zergling stops the chase, that's a pity. And the Goon still has... I shouldn't select it, because if I select things, games crash. I don't know why that is. Oh, we've got a Corsair, so always nice to have a Corsair. Has some energy, can do a disruption web spell, which we have never yet seen in StarCraft. Same goes for... have we seen Mind Control? Perhaps TSimu Protoss did Mind Control once, but I don't really know. But Disruption Web I definitely have never seen in Brute War AI. So that's a challenge, and I hope that by mentioning this, like all bots being unable to take these expansions, that I motivate players or coders who are watching this and listening to my brilliant commentary to take up the challenge and take these bases and all, because it will just push the Brute War AI scene further and further. And a lot of lings are coming from all directions to help fight the Protoss. Now we've got 2 Corsairs, and they have found another Overlord, and they will find one more. Going to kill it, Goons will come to help. Zerg at this point is really not deciding on anything, just building a lot of lings and sitting back behind some Sunkens. This Gateway army, of course, can never kill that many lings, but then again, one Muter cannot do... oh, it could do very well versus 2... oh, that's 4 Corsairs. 2 Muters versus 4 Corsairs is going to be a little bit much. The Protoss army now changing the course and going for this base over here, it looks like. This Goon is in a lot of trouble, gets surrounded. Now the Sairs come off the line. Oh, and the Goon lives with about half of its hit points. Shields gone, but they will regenerate. And it seems like this match is going on. Oh, and we've got a Reaver. So that will be a bit of a problem, because as Bisu demonstrated versus Yoan, also called Savior, if you play well with Corsairs and Reavers, it's going to be a bit of a problem for Zerg to stop it. And as you can see, the air dominance is in the hands of Protoss at this moment. This Muta is taking a lot of bleeps from these Corsairs, and although there are some Mutas here with Zerglings, and the goon numbers are being cut down ruthlessly, albeit somewhat inefficiently, here we've got the Corsair fleet protecting the Reaver, and the Reaver is going to have to do a lot of damage versus this lot of... oh, the lings are almost all gone. So, pity for the Reaver, but it's found some drones to play with, and that it likes as well. So, for the time being, we've got some Corsairs here, some Mutas there, goons, another Reaver coming up, and one Muta harassing it now too, so it's doubtful that this one will make it. And at this point, observing gets really hard, because there is action here with the Zerg defending the natural, 2 Reavers, Mutas all over the place. I think I saw some Mutas here. There was a Reaver, I don't see it anymore, so I'll assume it's dead. Lots of Corsairs all over the place, Zerg taking a lot of bases, and that's always a good idea. Just take a lot... oh no, that's almost, but just an Overlord chilling. And now these Corsairs are fighting off the Mutas, but the Mutas are just going for it, because they need to stop the Reavers, otherwise the natural will be broken, and oh dear, lots of probes being transferred, and lots of probes being killed, and again an Overlord being killed, so perhaps it might be a wise idea to get some Scourge and do something about these... oh, look at that! That's a huge cluster of Mutas, and these Corsairs are doing so much damage. That's really ugly. These Mutas are so expensive for Zerg, and taking so much damage from these Corsairs. The Reaver is dead though, but the Sair numbers are getting out of control, and I really need this high definition to cast this, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 10 Corsairs with some ground support, but Zerg is taking so many bases, and we've got... oh, no, there is one more Reaver coming up. It's a long way, so I hope it will be able to meet the army here, and basically it's just a very scrappy war at this point. The drones are being transferred from left to right and from right to left, for what reason I do not know. The ground army of Zerg is being cleaned up, except this Reaver here, which has taken up a nice position and is being protected by the 7th Air Fleet of Corsairs. Oh dear, it's really a bad day for drones being transferred. Perhaps... well, I'm not going to into that. And as you can see, the Corsairs are so powerful. Every Overlord, every Mutalisk is going to get one bleep and it's instantly zapped. Oh, another drone, and will it live, will it die? It dies, that's a pity. But one more base up for Zerg, and supply-wise it's about 50 down, but that's not, 60 down. Going to be a problem. This base is being attacked by Protoss, lots of drones being killed again, and these Mutas were harassing here, I believe, but Protoss, it seems, is having the better of it at the moment. Now trying to attack here with the Reaver, some ground forces, and the Corsair fleet, of course. More drones being transferred, more drones being killed. Aside from the lots of Zerglings, that's a theme in, or at least in this game, that a lot of that was a nice scarab. And the Mutas, of course, cannot do anything. The Hydras can, but then again the Protoss ground army is too strong. Oh, this Reaver is taking a lot of fire, but there are more goons behind that. So this base is all the drones died already, and more are being transferred and killed. This base seems to be gone, and although there is a lot of Zerg in the middle, there is no concerted effort to stop this fleet of Corsairs. This base is going to fall. This base probably too, and all the drones are being transferred and killed. I wonder how many we have seen dissolve in Reaver, Goon, Fire and Zealot pokes with their side blades. Oh, and this base is just very lucky because the Protoss army is heading back home. Supply-wise, almost 90 supply up, that's really something. Oh, the Mutas are now in the mineral line of the natural, and the main is out, so that's going to be a huge problem for Protoss. If this base cannot be held, the Mutas are not really effective at killing probes at this point. But there are more mutas coming, and although there is a goon and a corsair trying to stop this, mining at this base is very, very dangerous. Now, Purple Wave taking down another base with the Reaver, with the goon army, and the army is really, really strong. If you see how much supply Zerg has got, 65, and it's almost got 30 army supply. That's very, very little. The Natural's still holding strong, and because so many drones have been transferred, we only got 31 drones. The bases are still not out. the Corsair fleet still uncontested. Now Protoss is breaking down the doors of the Natural. Oh, look at that! This is what's going on in the Protoss Natural, and that is not good. Because the probe numbers are falling rapidly, and although they are about even because the Natural is being broken, and the main might be broken too, there are a lot of mutas here. And there is no probe left, and Purple Wave has got no expansion anymore. So 2, 1, and ooh, I just took a dive into that extractor, but too late. And now we've got a lot of lings and mutas in the main base. This Protoss army is being distracted by all the drones being transferred. They've got to kill them, of course, but they aren't really doing much damage and taking shots at eggs and larvae. That's not really optimal. The Corsairs are going haywire. They're going in some kind of it looked like from this perspective like they're doing some kind of a Ferris wheel thing. But the Protoss army for now is detained by probes sacrificing themselves for the motherland. Probes, drones of course. And because there are so many bases and so many drones being transferred, it gives the Zerg army a lot of time to nibble at the Protoss base, and there are just too many mutas. I think that this Serre fleet should do something else but mull about here and do something about these mutas, which they easily could. But for the time being, Purple Wave's army is being useless, and that's the game. So Alien with a brilliant comeback, Purple Wave not really having its day. So going back to new bots, because UB Starcraft had a couple of updates, and although it claimed that it was doing other stuff than 4-pool, this looks a lot like a 4-pool. So we've got the 4 drones, 6 Zerglings, and what's happening at this end of the map. Oh, it's a barracks and it's very late, but the Zerglings hit this base first and then they're going to go to that base. Will they be in... Oh no, they're going to this end of the map. Meanwhile, more Zerglings being built. Oh, and this Marine is doing something very, very brave. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now the Zerglings are in the base. The Marines taking a position behind the SCVs. Now they run away. That's generally not something you'd like to see, because Marines are for fighting. Perhaps a bunker here, taking a Natural at this point is not really a good idea either. And... oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Zakov with the Marine build is going to have to micro very well. But that's a lot of Zerglings again, and it seems like every game of with a Zerg in it that I've casted so far entertains a lot of Lings. Zakov not really doing much, trying to finish the command center. Oh, and it does, so that's a good thing. Just let it finish, then tear it down. That's a lot of minerals wasted. Couple of Marines now, and I think with a couple of bunkers you'd be okay versus a 4-pool, but then again you need to build some bunkers. And now all the Marines are going to be cornered and killed. These Zerglings are not really optimal because they're in one control group, one squad, and they only can do one thing. They try to target one SCV at a time, and that means that only the first 3 or 4 Zerglings in the front can attack, and the other ones can't, so that's a bit of a problem. Now going for the depot, going for the command center, going for one of the Marines, and that is well, you need to split them a little bit to be more effective, but then again it looks like the Zerglings will have it, and UB Starcraft AI, well, back in the main, still, oh, it's build one drone, and this is going to be an Overlord, I think, but that's the main base, and the 4-pool has done its job. 2 Marines survived the crash, but don't really have much fun with it. So without further ado, one of the games I was suggested to cast was Garmot by Aurélien Lermont from France, and Steamhammer. And I don't know why I was recommended to cast this game, but let's go and find out. Oh dear, dear, slow down boy. We've got 6 Zerglings by Steamhammer, and Garmot is going for his usual tactics of build bases all over the map and try to kill the enemy with that. 2 lings at a time, and I really don't know why these 6 lings are fleeing for 2. That will be interesting to know. Behind this, going for a very quick lair. Although these lings are getting a little bit low, 2 lings at a time from Garmot are not really doing much. Not a base being taken, that's always good, but why? Where are the reinforcements of Steamhammer? Steamhammer at this point looks to be going for a spire. What will it be? I think it's going to be a spire. And Garmot, just with the rallies, one at a time, whittles down this Zergling force and just going for the A move, just blind attack. And it's doing pretty well because Steamhammer Zerglings are not really fighting, they are running. And ooh, that one's pretty low. And there are no more fighting units. There are 2 Sunkens, handful of drones, and it's got 600 gas stacked, so I don't know what that's about. Garmot meanwhile building 2 lairs at the same time and taking a 3rd base. So looking to be in a good position. Now with a Hydra, 2 Hydras versus 2 Zerglings, that's not fair. Oh, and now we've got 3 Mutas coming up, taking down 1 Hydra, taking down 2 Hydras. That's pretty good micro now with 4 Mutas. And they are going straight for the main base where one of the 2 lairs is morphing. Taking shots at everything, going haywire all over the place, but killing lots of things. And as you can see, they're attacking really efficiently. All the drones have been killed. Now it's after the Overlord, the Hydra, and after the Sunken, which will go down momentarily. Meanwhile, building more Mutas. So this is going to be a 1-base Muta build, and Garmot is now attacking this base because it's just filtering in lings 2 at a time. And they... oh well, that was 2 pokes at a Sunken. That was totally worth it. 50 minerals. The Mutas now have come back to clean up the Zerglings. And once they've done so, they come back to the main base to pester it a little bit more. Then again, as you can see, there are 2 more lings and a Hydra coming in, and of course all the Mutas have to come off the line to help them defend that. Then again, 3... oh, that must have been at least 4 pokes at that Sunken. And the main base still going strong with the lair, another lair here. 1 base here, so it's 3 bases versus 1, and all the Mutas have to come back to help and defend versus 1 Zergling. Oh, and that wasn't even 1 poke, so I think that this Sunken is regenerating pretty well. Now Steamhammer going for the expansion, and the Mutas again back to the main base. They took down the Hydra den, took down... oh, that was pretty pro, but perhaps these drones should burrow before they are hit. That might be a better strategy, but the Mutas now having to go back again to... oh, that's pretty cute. Oh, and kill it while it's burrowed. That's pretty pro. I think now that this spawning pool is going to go down, half of the Mutas are going back, and the main Muta flock is staying in this base. Oh, now the main Muta flock is going back as well. I wonder what this is going to be like, because we got 32 army supply, that is 16 Mutas, versus a couple of drones and taking down the lair. Lair's got a lot of hit points, but with a lot of Mutas you are going to get some... you're gonna get it killed pretty quickly. Meanwhile, some Mutas are going back, and it seems like Steamhammer's got this well under control. A couple of Mutas... well, they're going back again. A couple of Mutas at the front, killing off bases, and a couple of Mutas back at home, defending all the A-moved rallies of Garmot. So that was the main base. Here come... no, the Overlord train is spared for the moment, because the entire Muta flock is heading back to defend again. And now it's going to go after, I think, this base. Oh, no, it's moving back. It's moving in all kinds of directions, but... oh, that's a lurker egg, and that takes a while to kill with Mutas which don't have the highest damage. Oh, and it doesn't get burrowed, that's a pity. Oh, they found another lurker egg, but I think they're going to kill it as well. Oh, and it pops, but the lurker gets destroyed instantly. Garmot meanwhile take another base, but I think that this base won't be long for this world. But the muters have got some issues of their own. Oh, we've got a lurker, and we had a lurker, but a lot of damage was done to the natural, and the main... Oh, that sunken is in prime condition. Another lurker, but it gets killed, but I think the natural hatchery may go down anytime soon. A couple of drones being attacked by a single Zergling, one muter comes off to help, but... Ooh, one drone kicks it, that's a pity. And the drone saturation for Steamhammer is getting pretty low. Garmot momentarily at 3 bases going to stream units, and I don't really know what this muter flock is doing. I hope that is not bugged again, because as I said earlier, well, last week with a replay of Alien versus McRave, I suggest... Oh, that's a muter of Garms, that's pretty cool. But this muter... I basically said that the bots were doing stupid things, and they weren't. They were just being in a bugged replay. Another base of... oh, hello. Oh, all the drones die, that's cute, but... that's just one of the many bases of Garmot at this point. It's got 3 bases, building one more, and this muter flock is really doing something, because the natural now is gone. Drone saturation is back to okay, but there's only one hatchery, and the muters are going absolutely crazy. I keep following them, and they are going to raise another base, but then they head back, and they are going to do more silly things. Meanwhile, Garmot's got this base up, taking another one, and this is where it gets crazy, because the Zerglings and the Hydras are coming in from all angles, and these muters, oh, now they're going to kill the base, no, they're going to go back, no, they're going to kill the base again, no, they're going to go back, and if you look at the minimap, it's just one big muddle of muters doing things, and this sunken is getting low again. So, for the time being, oh, hello. What's that? These Scourge are really doing all kinds of crazy dances. Lurkers being morphed, another base being taken, and as you can see, Garmot is taking over the map. This sunken, it's not really getting low, because there are so many muters. We've got 85 army supply, and there is... I think that must be all muters. So lots of muters for Steamhammer. Garmot has got the map, but these muters and Scourge of Steamhammers are not really effective at quelling opposition. Nope. There we go, chasing one Zergling. Now the Zergling gets in and takes another couple of nibbles at that sunken. Now 2. Oh, the Extractor will go down probably as well. The Lurker gets down. Extractor taking a couple of hits, and Garmot about to take another base. As you can see, supply-wise, Steamhammer is okay with 90 supply worth of... Oh, that's just BM morphing a Guardian in the middle of the base, while there are about 45 muters, and the muters now come back. Oh, and they Scourge it. Pretty well done. GG. Oh, and 2 more. That was at least 1.5 nibbles, I think. 1 or 2. Don't really know how many. And Garmot just taking over the map, streaming units in from all angles, and earlier it was 60 supply versus 100. Oh, and that's a pretty pro position for a lurker, because all these... There aren't that many drones anymore, and all the drones going down. The muter flock is large, is very great, and this sunken is, although this is an ineffective way to use a lurker, this sunken is getting low, and when there is only one sunken, units will come in from all angles. This muter flock will, oh, chase a queen. Queen should be faster. Base taken again. And base killed again. Muter flock is really something. It's now 47 muters. That's really something. But they are not really... They're all in one group, and they are having... Oh, we've got a Devourer in the base, and the last sunken is being attacked. We've got 1 lurker, we've got 2 lurkers, but there are overlords nearby, so at the moment not really doing much. But all these overlords got spat on. That's really... there should be more bots with Devourers. They're so cool. They don't really do much in ZVZ, I think. They're pretty tanky, and they can do things about armor, but it's Not really evident how to. Oh, that one just evaporated by one volley of those 47 neuters. Meanwhile, the Zerglings are all over this, taking nibbles at everything. Every building by now, most buildings by now are damaged. And Garmot, as you can see on the minimap, just streaming units from here to there to everywhere and into the base. And of course these mutas take one every once in a while. Now going to town on this base again, going to kill one sunken, couple of drones. Overlord comes up to help, and by now there are a lot of Zerg units into the base. Oh, that's a pity, the Guardian got killed. But by now the Sunken is dead, and the Pool is dead too. Oh, while the Muta army raised the new main base with the Greater Spire, a handful of units made it back home, but all the drones now are dead. And that's the main problem, is that ooh, this base, the mutas need to come to help to defend now, because otherwise it will be too late. These Lings are really doing damage. Lings are doing damage, and it's one extractor versus the map, and 47 mutas. Taking down another base with a spore colony. I think Garmot is one of the only bots, Zergs, which does spore colonies. More should do that, because they can be so good. Oh, and the Zerglings nibble the extractor to death. I hope this replay wasn't bugged, and it's just a brilliant victory for Garmot. GG! Without further ado, and I've said that too often already, but instantly I'm going to go into the next game, which will be Berever versus TSimu. And this was one of the games I picked myself, because I've got a little something for TSimu. It's so beautiful. It can be so silly at times, and I thought, well, I just need a big macro game. I showed a couple of bots playing, new bots, updated bots, which have started recently, and I thought, well, I just need one big macro game, and TSimu somehow always delivers. If you wanted to play a beautiful macro game, it's 90% sure to do exactly that. And Berever is growing into the Protoss monster, which can live up to the challenge to do a macro game of its own. And now we see a couple of Zealots going into the main, couple of Lings running about. And although this is not yet a lot of Lings, it might be a lot of Lings soon, because TSimu can do a bit of a Ling play. But then again, it can do all kinds of stuff. It will be interesting to see what it's going to be now. Protoss with Zealots, these Lings keeping their distance, not taking any damage. This scouting probe is going to have to run pretty quickly. Oh, and there it goes. So the Ling numbers are increasing for TSimu. One base taken. No, that's not the base being taken. Protoss going for, it looks like Reavers. And that's always a good choice, especially if the enemy is going to build a lot of Lings. And I'm saying a lot of Lings too much, really. We've got a small group of Zerglings here, and we've got a small group of Zerglings there. But and we've got a Corsair killing an Overlord. That's always a nice thing to do. TSimu for the moment supply block with half a supply over, and a couple of Zerglings. Meanwhile, stacking up some money with 2 bases versus the one of Berevers. Oh, and that was a small incursion by one Zergling. I got stumped by this Zealot. Oh, let's see. We've got this Corsair killing. It took one Overlord. It takes another, and that's 2 Overlords killed. TSimu really should do something about that. Oh, that's a shuttle. Ooh, boom! There you go. That's a moderate number of Lings killed. Not going to say a lot of Lings anymore. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. that Reaver is really doing a number on these. Oh, and now dies. Just after the cooldown, and these Zealots are going to be surrounded by a large number of Zerglings. The large number of Zerglings now is going to kill more Zealots, because these Zerglings are pretty fast. They've got the speed upgrade. I don't know if they've got any other upgrades, and look at that. It's so very beautiful. They keep their distance. Once the numbers reach a critical mass, they go in for the kill, and the Zealots are being killed left and right. And that's not something you see every day, Zealots being killed left and right. Meanwhile, Overlords being killed in the natural of TSimu. TSimu going for more drones, going for a lair, taking another base, but it's being killed quickly by a Reaver. And these Zerglings, it's a small group of Zerglings. They are trying to defend, but they don't really have the guts. And if I were a Zergling facing a Reaver, although there was some kind of an evil overmind Cerebit, even if it was TSimu ordering me around, I'd still be pretty hesitant about engaging a Reaver head-on. Oh, and the Reaver's taking lots of shots at the larvae, and that was the third. But there was another third up by TSimu, and look at that, the map is crawling with Zerglings, and they are scattering nicely. There is a small batch here, small batch there. As you can see, TSimu doesn't really do control groups or battle groups, and although, oh, there's a Reaver here again. Berever now with the expansion, that's always good, because you're going to need a lot of money, especially if you're fighting TSimu, which is making very cheap units at the moment. Oh, that was the aria of the dying Terran commander, Admiral de Gaulle. And that was a nice shot of that Zealot while it was playing the dying piano and opera music. This Corsair by now has killed at least 10 overlords, so it's really doing stuff. TSimu's got a lair, but oh, that's a really nice position for this Reaver. TSimu's got a lair, but it's losing so many drones. Look at that, we've got 37 drones still, that's quite a lot. And this Corsair is really doing a number. That's Overlord number 15 at least. Berever is having a hard time in the middle of the map with a couple of platoons of Zerglings, and again an Overlord is going to bite the dust. That's a massacre of Overlords. Oh, the Reaver here has been killed by something. This is going to be something, I don't know, Hydroden. Hope it's Hydroden, because right now... Oh, there's oh, wow, we've got at least 2... I need to deselect it quickly. I need to select something and deselect it, because every time I select things, things die and the game crashes. 2, 4... Lots of storms all over the place, and these High Templars, but they are... Wow, I'd be crazy too if I had this much linkage around me. The Ling's now crawling back to base. A couple of them here, a couple of them there, a couple of them here. This Corsair is still mulling about. Oh, it was a Spire in the end. And the Zealots being attacked. The storms are all over the place, but these Templars are very exposed, and now this Archon being morphed, there is so much Storm and Zerglings, and I didn't say a lot of Zerglings, didn't I? I said much Zerglings. That's not really correct, but it expresses the sentiment of the game rather well. There is much Zerglings, and there is Zerglings here, and there is Zergling there. This Reaver is going to live! Oh, and there's a large number of Zerglings now crawling up to it, and these Scourge are targeting that observer. They can't see it, and as soon as they see it, they kill it. And TSimu moves all over this with the Zerglings. Hello, what? Oh, third base being taken by Berever. Berever really needs to keep its army together, because these Zerglings can be pretty tough, but if you corner a large amount of them, and in what have we here? More hatcheries. TSimu's got such a lot of hatcheries at this moment, and again, oh, there it goes. Observer getting killed, and slowly but surely the supplies are about equal now. And although TSimu is losing an atrocious amount of Zerglings, there are still many Zerglings. So if you look at the minimap, it's crawling with Zerglings. Zerglings here, Zerglings there, Zerglings everywhere. I imagine some kind of a drunken Russian with a great big cap singing songs about Zerglings, because that's a bit of the Commissar. TSimu, and look at it, it's all over this. Now, oh, that was a really ugly storm. Hasn't got another one, hasn't got energy for another storm. It will, Berever would be wise to save up more energy and more High Templars. Keep the units together, because every time these Zerglings, it is just such a sweet target for a great storm. Oh, that storm only kills 2 Scourge. Well, it's good, but... ooh, that's the one! That's the one! That must be at least 20. And now these Zealots smash the rest down. So that was a pretty good storm, and it killed a large group of Lings. I'm still refraining from saying it, but TSimu is pressing on with more Lings, and now this Archon is having something to do with them, with Zealot support, with the cannons in the rear, but there are just too many Lings. They're all over this, look at it, there are Lings coming from here, Lings coming from there, it's just like watching July Zerg versus the Rock, and oh, that storm, that must have been at least 30 Zerglings, but there are still more, and the entire probe line is getting decimated. There is a scout! The scout! But it cannot possibly kill all these Zerglings in time. You'd need 50 scouts, and even then they'd be too slow. And then again, you need time to build them, and TSimu is just pressing Z for victory. There is no other unit in the game at this moment. It's all Zerglings. We've got an army supply of about 60, which, oh, that was another great storm which I missed. TSimu's got 50, it's got 100, more than 100 Lings on the map, and the Lings are now entering main base, which is depleted. Berever fought a pretty good game, could group its units a little bit more together. The harassment was okay, killed a huge number of drones. That one Corsair must have killed at least... is this it? It's still there. It's still there, that one Corsair which has killed, or is it a new one? I think it's a new one because it's got not really a lot of energy and no disruption web by Berever. I think that's the last spell we will need to see in Brute War AI, is disruption web. TSimu now with 84 supply. Oh dear, will we see 200 Zerglings? It is, look at the, I'm just going to sit back from this a moment. This Protoss base got cut down, 2 Lings guarding the remnants, and the Zerglings are now moving back to here for some reason, and now they're going to pile into the base which once belonged to Berever, and TSimu going to crack the 100 and a half. We have now officially got 200 Zerglings on the map, and it's just one big, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. Look, oh, we've got a couple of mutas, but still there are only 3 and the rest of it is Lings. The Lings can, well, they can't fit all in the base because they're so very, very small, but TSimu has got a lot of Lings. Officially, at the end of the broadcast, this is a lot of Zerglings, and TSimu is going off the rocker with 120 supply. That must be at least almost 250 Zerglings. That is how you play Zerg, and oh, we've got one more game. So TSimu got the better of Berever with a lot of Zerglings, and the good thing about this game is that there aren't any Zerglings, so I can't possibly say there are going to be a lot of Zerglings. So, without a lot of Zerglings, we'll have Roman Danielis, and Roman Danielis is one of the... oh, I need to reset that. Is one of the class of 2013, which was the first class, or one of the first classes in the Student StarCraft AI tournament. Michael Chertichki, who is the director of this most beautiful tournament, gave a couple of classes on Brute War AI, or wasn't really Brute War AI, but used Brute War AI to give classes about AI, and that class has formed the first real tournament, which was the Student StarCraft AI tournament. And Roman Danielis was in that, so sorry, I'm still not really over that lot of Zerglings of TSimu's. And the broadcast is getting along nicely, so my voice by this time is getting a little bit hoarse. Roman Danielis was into that. It had been reactivated last year because I asked Michael to have a look at these bots we deactivated for some reason. Some were utterly bad, some lagged all the time, and some just broke constantly and broke the game. But Roman Danielis was pretty good, and it could do a nice number of things. And when I got home from on Friday, it doesn't really matter, I came from work, it's all boring. But when I got home from work, I popped into a game, and it was this game, and it was the end of this game, so I was really looking forward to seeing how things evolve, that they turned out the way that they will turn out. I have seen the end, I haven't seen the game leading up to it, and again we see a scouting SCV which is being chased by a lot of units, and I'm not going to say a lot ever again. we've got two, at least this broadcast, we've got two bunkers positioned at the foot of the ramp, which is pretty good. And Yoan Kaiser going for, it looks like a bio build. This will probably be another barracks, yep. Going to be, and the Protoss army is still stuck chasing this one SCV, and I think that is, it's reassuring, because at all times people say, well, AIs are going to take over the world, and every time I see something like this, I think, well, nah, they're probably going to need a couple of years more to do that, because it's so elegant. You just put one zealot here and run around with the other one, and it will catch it. But they like to do it in a goose chase. And now there is a pack of zealots going for the Terran base, but there are more bunkers and even a turret to stop any DTs which have not yet been made. Roman Danielis going for another gate. That will be, oh, that's a pretty quick nexus. Then again, quick expansion for Yoan Kaiser as well. First zealot dies. There are no SCVs repairing at this moment, so one bunker dies, but the zealot's getting pretty low, and that was that. So the first wave of Protoss has been denied, or killed, if you want to put it like that. This bunker is going to burn down because there is no repair. Yoan Kaiser uploaded this mod last year-ish. Hasn't really been updating it as much as we'd like to see, because it's got some potential. But its tendency to build bunkers all over the place, it's somewhat oh, that's a repair. That's something. That's very good. The tendency to build bunkers is not really furthering its game plan a lot. It's got an academy going for a starport, but I don't think it does air units yet. And Protoss meanwhile going for more gateway armies. Building placement not all that great. One goon trapped, got a stardate. But I don't really think that I've ever seen Roman Danielis do anything. I've seen it do a shuttle once. I don't think it uses the starport much. Oh well, it must use the starport, because I've seen the end of this game already. Oh, and by now Yoan Kaiser has blocked this ramp with a couple of marines, and all these units can't get out. The good thing is that Protoss army is now guarding the third, which is good, and especially for an older bot like that to expand like this. If it is pressured, it will fold pretty quickly, I think, Roman. But oh, that's a pretty good position for these cannons. I think if it were a little bit faster, it would be a pretty good bot, because you can see it's defending the bases with cannons. Oh, hello! Oh, Corsair in a versus Terran where there are no air units. But then again, scouting always welcome, especially if you're taking a base next to the Terran main. And Kaiser's supply block for the moment, lots of money stacked, lots of production, and as soon as this depot finishes, all production starts blinking, at least the barracks, and more cannons being built at the Protoss 4th. Protoss at 66 drones, probes, got to, oh wow, what the shield battery. Have I ever seen a bot use a shield battery? I don't know. And the Templar archives. We've got a scout, and a Corsair. So scout and a Corsair, huge ground army, and Terran still stuck in its base, with a couple of tanks and a huge blob of bio with medics this time. And again, Yoan Kaiser is supply block now at 108 supply, and I don't think, oh, here comes the Protoss army, here comes the Protoss army, here comes the scout. And the scout is going to die an ignoble death. But now with repairing this bunker, the bunker dies with a lot of goons, and ooh, that Reaver should be attacking a little bit more, because they were to fire a couple of good scarabs in the middle of this bio army. Look at all the damage it's doing from the rear. But now the Terran army can leave the base, and army supply wise it's doing pretty well, especially with this marine and medic army. The gateway army of Protoss is not really up to that, and the Reaver thinks, well, let's not. And I've got the high ground, haha. Lame Star Wars quote. Oh, we've got a Dark Templar. We've got 2 Dark Templar, and these Marines don't really stand a chance. We've got detection here, but we've got no comsat, and that's something Yoan Kaiser might update. Then again, going for more buildings. And oh, one more. That must have been a really ugly scarab. Sorry, I've missed that. But by now we've got 4 Dark Templar in this swarm of Marines. Oh, we've got a Dark Archon. Hello, aren't you a cutie? And although the badly shield damaged Corsair is hanging over the shield battery, it's not using it. So Roman Danielis, if you are watching this, please come back. And the shuttle is not even hindered by any of the Marines. The Dark Templars are really doing a number on these poor Marines at this point. Oh, and the shuttle dropped a goon in the middle of this. I'm sure it's terribly thankful for that. It kills 1. Oh, and we've got a nice train of Dark Templar. Meanwhile, the Dark Templar should really be careful, because this bunch of bio can do a lot of damage to goons, and these 2... Oh, never mind. Lots of cannons. Oh, I needed some kind of punishment to... Perhaps someone should slap me every time I said lots of something. For now, Protoss is holding on nicely. Yoan Kaiser with only 50 supply. The main is nearly mined out, and the units are dying so quickly. Look at that. These Dark Templars are really kicking the crap out of the command center and the refinery as well. Of course, the SCVs won't get one hitted by these Dark Templars if they haven't, even if they've got all the upgrades. But and still, that one Corsair is... Oh, it's there, and it must have... Oh, where is it? I think it used some of the energy of this depot, and we've got a scout again, so that's nice. Now this is going to be an exercise in style for Roman Danielis. There is... Oh yeah, that one used it as well. Oh, that's pretty cute. It's a battery using Protoss from 2013. That's pretty amazing. 81 probes, that's quite a lot. The army supply is only 51 for our noble pro... Oh, hello, we are going to see a lot of Dark Templars. What's going on? And we've got this this overlay, and I'll show it for the units which are in production. And I can also show the army, the upgrades and the research, but I'm not going to do that because people have asked me, well, why do you not use that? And I think, yeah, why don't I? In StarCraft 2, and I'm not going to make any comparison between the 2 games, but of course Brood War is better. In StarCraft 2 you've got this overlay too, and you can see exactly how many units one army has and the other has, and it takes all the suspense out of the game. And with something like this, if I see, oh, that's a nice Terran push, no medics at all, it's going to come down to micro, and I don't want to know exactly what's in there. I want to rely on my qualities as an observer, which are pretty paltry. And look at that. That's a pretty good base defense, and we've got the same thing here. You can still move in and out, but it's a nice setup, so to speak. And what will these Dark Archons do? That's the question. Will they Maelstrom? I'd rather have a couple of High Templars versus the Bio Army, but you never know. We've got the Scout, we've got 2 Corsairs. Oh, two Corsairs, 2 Scouts, 1 Shuttle. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think the Shuttle's got 7 Dark Archon. Pardon me, 7 Dark Archons. The Corsairs really don't do anything at this point. And are we going to see a Maelstrom? No, the Corsairs are going to die if they keep that up. Oh, we've got a Reaver. So the Reaver, I think, is going to kill all these Marines. Oh, that's 1. 2 Reavers with the Shuttle. Oh, and we've got a mind controlled quickly before it dies. We've got a mind controlled tank. So I think that I saw TSimu Protoss do a mind control once, but that's pretty pro. We've got a mind controlled tank, and that's I think all the spells in Brood War have now been used, except, and you are going to have to do that, Disruption Web, which can be pretty effective, especially as in the game of... what was it again? I think, was it Berever? No, it wasn't Berever. In the game of... McRave? Purple Wave. I think it was Purple Wave. Purple Wave had about 20 Corsairs, and they could have shut down the entire Zerg ground army by casting Disruption Web on it. Now, Terran, of course, is in a terrible shape. It's only got 22 supply and 5 army supply. Third is being wrecked, and the natural is okay, but the production is just too low. Protoss is all over this. It's maxed, and we've got a handful of Dark Archons. Oh, it's here. It's still there. We've got a tank guarded by Reaver, which is good. There's Zealot being chased back by this handful of Marines. Oh no, 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 no! Defend your tank! It is a museum piece, and it is dead. Yeah. Good luck with that. Boom, there you go. Third got killed by the expeditionary force with 2 more Reavers. Oh, we need to oh, and we've got Disruption Web. Haha! Finally! All the spells in Brood War have now been used by AIs. For Zerg, we have seen everything: Broodling, Swarm, Plague, Consume, and Snare. Oh, we haven't seen Parasite yet. So, all you Zerg users out there, we need something a bot which does Mass Queen into Mass Parasite or something like that. You don't need an upgrade. Just Parasite something, and we'll have had all the spells. So, take island maps, island expansions. We need that, and you've got those island expansions with a piece of minerals in the middle, and just fly a worker over there, mine that piece of minerals, and build a command center or something. We need that. We need Parasite. We need, of course, more lockdown, and always more nukes. And we need Roman Danielis to come back, because this is really beautiful. This is really beautiful. Look at it. All the tech it's using. I think it doesn't. Will it build arbiters? Had it got a tribunal? Oh, look at that. We've got a scout and a couple of High Templars just chilling back home. The supply is maxed. All the units come up to the base in before a mind-controlled SCV. Only one army supply, one supply, and that was that, as they say. I wonder. Oh, that was Storm 2. That's a bit of overkill. Just storm every single marine, especially if you've got your about 50 army supply in the main base. Yoan Kaiser fought a good fight, but Roman Danielis, blast from the past, took it apart, and mind control. No, unfortunately, not. So this was this week's broadcast of the Student StarCraft AI tournament. These AIs you see play here, they are playing 24/7, 65. I was chastised for that as well, that I slow it down a little bit, because I need to tell you something more. So that speed will do it. I was chastised in a YouTube comment that I said 356 days, because it's 365 days. These AIs are playing that amount of time. All the time. You can see them play at our website. You can learn to play against these bots. Oh, that's pretty cool. And you can also learn how to code these AIs yourself, which is pretty cool. Then again, we have had a large influx of new bots, and most of them have been pretty decent, so that's good news. But if we keep going at the current rate, we had about, I think on average, 1 bot a week, and we've got 50 active bots on the server now, so by the end of the year we'll probably have something like 100, and we'll have to rethink the structure of the tournament. I should say one thing more, that is cheer TSimu and Imp42 for making this beautiful implementation of OpenBW, which can play replays at high definition. It's got the engine of Brute War AI, and it will also feature in the future somewhere an integrated development environment, I think it's called, where you can code these AIs in the browser, which is pretty cool at all. With our new Twitch partnership, because we are going to be a little bit pushing the envelope a bit, but we need to we'd like to grow, and that's something that is Well, it started out with a tournament about 20 AIs. We've now got 50 active and about 20, 30 inactive. I think with the current rate of growth, it's going to be a blast. On YouTube, we have now got 1,000 subscribers. That's a lot for any kind of tournament, especially one that deals in Brute War AI. The scene in general is not really that big, but kind of how slow can it go? Oh, this is at 1.00195331. It's very slow, as you can see. From every once in a while, one of these units will move. But the scene is growing. We got the Twitch partnership. One of the things we do for that is make this weekly broadcast, tell you about what's going on, what you can expect. Also, please tell us what you'd like to see too in these broadcasts. But we've also got a Twitch partnership, so now you can sign up to us on Twitch, provide us with a little bit of revenue, which we will exclusively use to buy a new server. The server which is now playing all of these games is pretty old because it has been doing so for 5 or 6 years non-stop, and we may lose it in the near future. Oh, look at that! That wall's so cute. So we are saving up some money for a oh, that's cute. That is the damage impact of a dragoon thingy like this. This will travel here and then explode onto the target. It's very, very quick normally. Oh, there it goes, and that's the animation just frame by frame. We are saving up for a new server. We are not going to go on any kind of wild goose chase or skiing resort trips or things like that. It's all pretty small. Of course, you can also donate through PayPal or with a credit card on our website, which is cool too, but Twitch is fine because it also demonstrates that the scene is growing. What you can do more is like us on Facebook, spread the news, tell your university co-students, your teachers about this. There are a lot of classes on Brute War AI going on at the moment, or not a lot, a handful at the moment, and it's always nice to see more. So yeah, spread the word, make us proud, and I'm going to go back to normal speed to close up and wrap up this beautiful broadcast. I've seen some insane games, and this is at 1 times the speed. I'm going to call GG. Roman Danielis takes it with Scout, with Reavers, with High Templars, and with Dark Archons. I say GG, good night, and see you next time.